Hi Taurus, here is your May guidance. So you've got the clear out the old card and the draft that says walk tall, seeing the overview. So these cards are quite powerful actually and quite strong. So they do talk about sort of like clearing your pathway in a sense. I know it can be quite hard for you to sort of like step off your path onto something different, but what's needed now is a bit of an overhaul in a sense, really. It's kind of, these cards are quite deep, so it's really important for you to sit down and really think about, you know, your what you desire, you know, where you are in life, what's working for you, what isn't, and kind of also, if you can, try to put everything in its place in a sense, really. You know, is that the past? Are these emotions connected to this? Is, this is my visions of the future. You know, it feels as if you've had a lot of things going on and everything's getting a bit confusing and maybe a little bit too emotional. I can feel the water coming up, as if like, you're not good when it comes too much to emotional things. So maybe you've gone through a bit of an emotional time, a stressful time, and maybe it's overwhelmed you. But now it's time to sort of like slowly but surely clear out the old. I mean, the first thing from this card could be also clearing, decluttering, getting rid of things that you no longer want, no longer serves you. You know, it's always a good thing to sort of like give something back, maybe give to a charity and stuff. You know, energetically, that's a really powerful thing. The purple rose and clear out of your old with the owl represents your spirituality, represents your faith, represents kind of represents sort of like your journey in life, in a sense, what you believe in, what what you desire as well. You also have the key to sort of like the next step as well, so you're more in control than what you realize. What I always like about the draft card when it comes in, it sort of like sees things very differently, and sees your life from a different perspective as well. So because it's so tall, it strides on in, and you look over and see things from a different angle, and see things kind of from a different perspective. So but also it can give you clues, can give you new ideas, and basically, in a sense, also it's stepping away from your emotions. As much as you're an earthy sign, I think you feel very, very safe when you're on your path. You know where you're going. You suddenly go down a path where you're unsure, it can make you feel very kind of sort of like wobbly and a bit nervous in a sense, really. But this is a time now for you to step out of your comfort zone. This is a time for you to stand in your power. This is a time for you to find your happiness. This is a time for you to sort of like really work on what happiness means to you, And there's definitely in the card of clear out your old, just put everything in its place. So, if there's a hurt, or if there's something that's happened to you and it's in the past and it needs to stay in the past, don't let it kind of interfere with the present as as you move forward. Embrace the new in a sense, because there's a lot of new things out there for you. This could be a time when you really, really change your life. I'm not saying just in the month of May, but you could really, really change your life and find your purpose and find your pathway, find your happiness, find your new beginning. But you're gonna have to really, really, two things: step out your comfort zone, do things a little bit differently. So two things, and the third one is to have trust, to have a bit of faith and trust in the journey and the process as you move forward. The clear out the old card represents sort of like the past is gone now, and now we must embrace the new, So if you are someone that's very much on your spiritual practice, this is a very spiritual time. So it's a really good time to go inner within, and it really is sort of like a card of really connecting into your higher power, your spiritual truth. And it asks you as well, actually, what do you really believe in? You know, what does spirituality mean to you? What does faith mean to you? What do those words mean to you? And do you actually sort of like live by it? Do you believe in them? You know, so it really is kind of a powerful time around you. But what I like about the draft, he wants to show you things from a different perspective and see your life from a different perspective. That also can represent sort of like believing in yourself, seeing yourself from, you know, how amazing you are, how talented you are, how creative you are, whatever it is. You know, there's power in this as well. I also feel like with some of you, maybe you've kind of, I don't know if you've closed the door on love. Maybe you don't believe it's happening. Maybe you don't feel it. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe it's been a long time. Maybe you're unhappy in a relationship. But the message is you need to open up and embrace it and stuff like that. Because these cards are very powerful and strong, they want to move you onto a new path. So I think if you're just staying in a situation for comfort zone, I think you may find that as time gets on, a little bit more uncomfortable, you know. So just kind of like work on embracing the new. And, you know, and that can just start off with you kind of like having a goal, visualizing something you desire. You know, what do you desire now? If I say to you at the moment, what's the first thing that you desire? You know, is it sort of like you want a new job, a new partner, better health, whatever it is? Focus on one thing that you really desire. And I know if it is about love, I know it's hard, you can't just go and find it, but you can work on yourself, you can get out and about, you can do that. If it's to do with work, maybe there's something else you need to add into the mix, maybe learn something new, maybe this is a good time to learn something new. Maybe also look around, you know, and think, okay, you know, I'm just gonna try for a job and see what happens. If it's your health and vitality, maybe there's certain tweaks that you can bring into your world, but make sure you stick at that. Make sure you stick at these things, because then what happens is you suddenly step into the new. You know, in the draft just brings you a new sense of sort of like you, a new energy around you, a new purpose, a new beginning. You know, so you know, and also to clear out the old, like I said, the first thing may be like decluttering. You know, clearing out your wardrobe, getting rid of books and things you no longer need, you know, and handing them on to something else. The purple rose is very spiritual, so, you know, I mean, you can sell things if you want to do, you know, but it also is said it's good time to give something away. So it also is saying to you with that card, are you giving enough? Are you giving enough to other people? Are you that giving and receiving in a sense, really? There's also kind of clear out your old messages coming, guidance coming, could be from your sleep, can be an idea that comes into your head, can be something you see, something you hear. You'll know, because it just will kind of resonate with you a little bit more. So if something comes through, then explore it a little bit more and see if that's the new way forward. So my question for you is, what do you need to focus on, and what do you need to let go of?